Okay, so I don't know if I want to go in with the eyes first, or if I want to start on complexion, because I'm super excited about the complexion products that I just got. I got the new Rare Beauty foundation. I also got the concealer and the loose powder. So I'm very excited to try these out. But I got so many new eyeshadow palettes. I just got the ColourPop, the Mandalorian, the Child palette. I also got the ColourPop Cabana Club palette. I also got the SpongeBob. I got the Nautical Nonsense palette. I know this is like a little bit older, but I still love this palette. So cute. I love anything SpongeBob. And then I also got the Wet n Wild Wild Heart palette. So this one has a little bit more. Of a range of color. So I really like that it's a little bit more versatile, and I can definitely like get more use out of it. But as you've seen in the past, I've had very good luck with Wet n Wild palettes. When I did my video on the Wet n Wild the 40 palette, I'll link that down below or in the eye, whatever. I think I'm gonna do my eyeshadow first. Now to choose which I wanna use is a problem. I think for this video, I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Wild Heart palette, and I'll probably stick to like these tones right here. Kind of like the more like pinker, more like mauve-y tones in here. And then we'll dip into, this is a pretty neutral palette when you like look at it, but it does have like the green and blue shimmers in here, as well as this like nice deep purple. But these like neutral shades in here are really pretty, but I think I'm gonna focus more on the kind of this section right here. I already prepped my skin using my Glow Recipe products. So my skin is prepped in that sense, but I haven't put on a primer or like an eye cream. I just got the Tula 24/7 Power Swipe. And this is like a hydrating little like base right in the eye. I have the other versions of this. I have the Glow and Get It Cooling Brightening Balm, and I also have the Tula Glow Hour with Courtney Shields. This was a collaboration with Courtney Shields, and I just found out that this is getting discontinued, and I love this. So I'm glad I have this one, and I have a backup as well. But I just got this one, so this one's more, I guess, clear. Yeah, this one's gonna be just like clear, so it doesn't have like any pigment to it like the other ones do. But I'm gonna run that under my eye. And while I'm doing my eyeshadow, this will like soak in. So when I come to the complexion part, it'll just be nice and prepped. Ooh, that feels super soft. Feels very like balmy, which I think will help the concealer look better. We'll see. I don't have any new eye primer, so I'm just gonna go in with my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. And they're actually reformulating this, so that's cool, I guess. I just literally got into this again recently, reformulating it already, so that's nice, I guess. I saw that the new one has an actual like doe foot applicator instead of it being just like a squeeze tube, but I don't know. I kind of like the squeeze tube aspect to it, but we'll see. They literally just opened this. This is brand new, so awesome. So my eyes are primed. So I'm gonna grab the palette, and as we know, I always love to start with a base shade. So I'm gonna go into, so these aren't named, right? No, these are not named. So they have like 1 through 32 on the back. I don't know if you can see that, but it has 1 through 32 on the back. So I'm guessing they're not named. Like there's no names on here, and it's just like plastic. But oh well. So I'm gonna grab this, just like bone yellow color. Ooh, there's a lot of fall on. I don't know if you could see that, but there's like a lot of kickback on that. But a lot picked up on the brush, so so the problem with this is it doesn't have a mirror, but I have my Moxie Lash mirror right here, and I'm just going to apply that to the lid. This actually does have like a pretty decent amount of pigment for it being, you know, just like a base shade. Dipping back in, doing the other eye. And I'm just taking that on this Milani. This is my favorite brush to like pack on a base shade. It's like this Milani little travel brush that I got last year. And I just love this shape because it's big and flat. So it starts off this base shade really well. and I'm really into it. I'm gonna grab this Wet n Wild, this fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to grab this like muted, like mauve shade right here. And that one doesn't have a lot of kickback to it, but I'm gonna grab this shade here, and I'm going to throw this into my crease kind of a little bit haphazardly, not like, yeah, kind of just like literally just like run it into the crease, just like really, not messy, but like not as concentrated, because this is gonna be a little bit more like relaxed. So far, I mean, this blended out super easy. I don't think this was very like hard to blend, and as you can see, like the color is very buildable. I don't expect these shadows to be super, you know, high pops of color because it is Wet n Wild. Although the Wet n Wild formula is very pigmented, but you know, you never know with shadows. And like I've said time and time before, I prefer a shadow that's more buildable, because then you can really like work at it. You can take your time blending. You can really kind of like build up the color as much as you want to. But as far as like the blend goes, that is blending beautifully. And it's just even colored. There's like no skipping so far. And this is just like one of the lighter colors, so I'm excited to see what the rest of them will look like. Yeah, that is like so pretty. It just like, it is just blending out. So I'm gonna take more of that color and go to the other eye. Okay, yeah. So now I have the color even on both eyes. I'm living for the way this looks. And I think in my head, I was like blending, and I was like, ooh, we should do a spotlight eye today. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm gonna take this darker mauve color, and I'm actually going to take that on this JH34 brush and kind of saturate the pigment on there. And I'm going to start packing this on the outer and the inner. So I'm gonna kind of like sketch out where I want it first. So I think about like right there, yeah, because then I'll cut that middle. And now I'm just going to go in slowly and start just blending and depositing that color so things don't get muddy. And I'm gonna keep this shape a little bit more rounded instead of flaring out like I usually do. Wow, that color like look at that. Like that built up opacity like so easily. So I'm kind of just like taking the brush like on its side, and I'm just like kind of scratching the color inward to keep that shape rounded. Dipping back with a little bit more product, I'm going to now kind of concentrate on the inside corner of the eye. Then I'm gonna go back in with that Wet n Wild brush in that first color and just kind of run the top and make sure everything is cohesive and blended. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, I love the way that's looking so far. Then I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other eye. I'm just gonna grab the tiniest bit of this black and like tap off all the excess and kind of just hit the more outer part of that shade just for a little bit more depth. And I'm kind of just like pressing lightly into it. So then it just looks a little bit deeper. So that just like intensifies it a little bit more without having to make it muddy. And then I'm just gonna take the brush that I was using with no product and kind of just swirl that color in super, super small circles. Now that I have the shape that I want, I'm gonna do that trend where you take a Q-tip and a little bit of makeup remover and like cut your lid. So I'm gonna take the Bare Minerals Micellar cleansing water. This is okay. I just keep this for kind of this specific reason. Think about right there is good. Same thing over here. Okay, are those even? Maybe. Who knows? So I'm just gonna take the dry part of the Q-tip and kind of just tap off whatever is left on the lid, if it's like, just to like dry it out a little bit. Then I'm gonna take my Shadow Insurance again and just reprime to kind of give it that like little base. Just the like tiniest bit though. And just pat it where I removed. Could have used a brush for this, but who has time for that? I'm just gonna take this flat brush and I'm gonna grab this color right here. It looks super pretty and sparkly. I don't know if you can see that. I'm sure that'll look pretty on the lid. So I'm just going to lock him off on the brush. Perfect, that's what we want. And then just for a little bit of precaution, I'm gonna spray it with some MAC Fix Plus. Ooh, yes. That is super metallic and exactly what I want. Ooh, that is so pretty. Look at that. So pretty. I did not think it was gonna be like super metallic like that. Now I'm just gonna go back with the darker. And there we go, just a quick and easy spotlight eye. I love the way this looks. I love that metallic color. It's so crazy looking. I hope it, I think it's picking up. Yeah, it's definitely picking up on camera. So pretty. I think while I'm here, I'm just gonna go in and do liner and lashes, right? And then I'll do complexion. No, actually, I'll move on to complexion and I'll come back to the eyes. I have a new primer I wanna try. This is the Dermablend Insta-Grip Jelly Primer. And I don't know. I just got this and I wanna see what's the tea. So, oh, it feels super hard to pump. Oh, okay. So this is gonna be, yeah. Oh, this feels like really thick lip gloss. Oh, I don't know about, oh. Okay, patting, we're patting. Oh, wow, okay. Oh my God. Okay, yeah. So spread and pat. Okay, so I am primed. I guess we'll see how it performs, but as of right now, we'll see. Then I'm gonna go in with the Rare Beauty. This is the, what is this called? Soft Touch, I think. Liquid foundation, who knows? So I'm gonna shake. So as everybody, I'm sure everybody has seen this by now. I'm not late to the game. I just like, I don't know. I wanted to see what it was about first, but I got the color 320W, and we're gonna see. So I'm just gonna spread it on first. Now, I did get, one of my fave brands, Ioni, just released sponges and brushes, and I don't know if I wanna, yeah, I think I'll go in with the sponge and see how it looks. I'm gonna use like the classic like teardrop shape. This is huge, like huge. But I'm gonna go in with that first and see if this just eats all my foundation, because it's a really thin consistency, the Rare Beauty. Ooh, that looks really pretty. First of all, really good color match. I don't know if it looks super light on camera, I think, but in person, I love the way this looks. Now, I don't know if this is full coverage. I think it is full coverage, right? I don't know, I'll look it up. But it definitely did not hide my like acne scars or discoloration that I had right there. So I'm just gonna go in with another layer. Not a big deal. Ooh, I think that is super pretty. It definitely like feels like nothing. It feels like I'm not putting anything on my face. Ooh, okay. So I think on the other side, I'll try a brush, because since Rare Beauty did release a sponge, but I never hear anything about it. I always hear about that brush that they have that I did not get, because I did not need a new brush. But I'm actually I just got this. This is the Victoria Lynn X Real Techniques collaboration brush, and this is one of the complexion brushes that did not come in the set, so you had to buy this one separately. So I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna use this on this side. So I will say it did blend faster with the brush, but I think I like the way it looks with the sponge a little bit better, but it did give me more coverage with the brush. Yeah, so I think looking at it, I do like the way it looks with the sponge a little bit more, but I did get more coverage with the brush, so whatever that means. Yeah, see, you definitely get more coverage with the brush, which I guess you usually always will, but I think it just sits better with the sponge. I really like this. This is really pretty. I love the way it looks on the skin. It just looks really soft. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit on my forehead, and I'm just gonna use the brush for that. Yeah, it blends super fast with the brush, because you're able to kind of just like swipe and stipple, but I don't know, I kind of like the way that it looks with the sponge. Oh well. But also, I do love the sponge. I don't feel like it absorbed a lot of product, and it kind of feels, it's a little bit denser than my beauty blender, but I definitely love the way this feels. I'm gonna go in with the concealer. So I got this color in 280N, so I did get this lighter. And as y'all know, I do love my concealer to be a little bit lighter than my foundation. And I love this doe foot. I've never seen anything like this. It's like, it looks like a little axe or something, I don't know. I'm gonna start off with a little bit first. And then I guess I'm just gonna, yeah, I think I'll just go in with the sponge. So automatically, the concealer is a lot thicker than the foundation is. The foundation is very like lightweight, and the concealer is definitely way creamier. Ooh, that's a really pretty color too. It doesn't feel like my other concealers. So I love, as everybody knows, I love Shape Tape. I'm living for the way this looks. And I don't feel like I used as much concealer as I usually do. I feel like I'm always packing on the concealer and then I blend it out and I'm blending forever. But this just blended in so easily. And I feel like my dark circles are completely not visible. I think just because I'm a creature of habit, I just want to go in and do like a little bit of that action. And then I'll do a little bit on the nose. So I love this applicator because it's precise, so you're able to kind of just put it where you want. And I think I got a really good color. Okay, so I have that concealer blended out perfectly. I love the way it looks. I did buy the Rare Beauty powder, the loose powder, but I got the Jaclyn Cosmetics banana powder as well. And I think I want to do the banana powder under the eye and the other powder all over my face because I got it in the shade medium and I feel like it might be too dark for my concealer. Yeah, I think it'll be too dark for my concealer. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna use the Jaclyn powder first under my eye. So it's just like a banana powder. I don't know if you can see that, I don't want to tilt it and spill it. But just a banana powder. I'm first gonna go and make sure to, I will say, since this is so creamy, it is creasing. But I mean, anything's gonna crease if you have creases, of course, everybody knows that. But the Ioni has like this flat sponge that has like the cut on the edge, which I think would be really good for like under the eye. So I'm gonna grab it with that. So I'm gonna take the point of that, I guess, and dip it into the powder. So since Jaclyn used to be anyway, the queen of baking, I feel like she would know how to make a good loose powder, which is why I wanted to get my hands on it. So I feel like this is gonna be a very matte powder. But that means it's probably gonna look like super like poreless and airbrushed. Well, that cooks under the eye. So I love the Rare Beauty powder because it has like this little mechanism where you like twist it to open the product and then you close it back up. So I'm gonna dip some of it into the lid here. Yeah, you see that's gonna be way too dark for my under eye. But I bought this powder for my face because I feel like I don't have like a face powder other than like my Laura Mercier or like a translucent powder. So I wanted something that had a little bit of pigment to it. Now, the Rare Beauty uses brushes. So I'm gonna take the Victoria Lynn powder brush. This is the 38 brush. And it's very fluffy and very loose, which is what I feel like the Rare Beauty brush looks like. But this is not exactly the way I like to use my powders. So I'm just going to pick it up in the cap here and then kind of tap off the excess. And then, so I'm just going to like sweep. I do feel like that removed some coverage, so I don't love that. I'm actually just gonna take my beauty blender and grab the powder like I would my translucent powder and then press it. Yeah, that was much better. So the powder does set everything, but I think the whole point of this powder is that it's supposed to be like a very, like, not flat. Like, it's supposed to have a little bit of like a luminescence to it, I think. And I think it does because I'm definitely, oh yeah, I feel set, but I don't feel like dry. I feel like this is like slightly darkening my foundation, which I don't mind. I feel like this will be really good to use with foundations that are a little bit light in my collection, which there's a couple. I mean, I feel set. Yeah, I feel set to the touch. Like, I don't feel wet or anything. So I feel like, yeah, like, this is nice. I think I will do like a, so there's a little bit like in the cap left. So I'm just gonna like swirl and kind of press that everywhere. Wow, this is super pretty. I think I'll get this like in a lighter shade so I can use it under my eye too. But we're not done with the Jaclyn powder. So I'm gonna take the Jaclyn powder again, take my sponge, and I think I'm just gonna go in and highlight the areas of my face that I put the concealer down because it did kind of darken it a little bit. These powders are a little bit like different. These are definitely like way more complexion based. Like they're like medium and light medium and fair or something like that. But they're not like typical like translucent or like banana. Like they're like actually shaded powders. So I feel like the powder did stick a little bit weird, and that could have just been because I didn't powder the rest of my face. So I'm kind of just like blending the edges a little bit with this JH08 brush. It's looking a little crazy on camera, and I'm sure in person it looks okay. It definitely looks a little bit different, but on camera I definitely like can see it a little bit more. So I think because the Jaclyn powder is so matte and the Rare Beauty stuff is so like hydrating, it's not like sitting the best. It's almost like, so it seems like the Jaclyn powder really stuck to the Rare Beauty because it was so, I guess, like emollient. So I don't think I can use them together. I definitely feel set still. I feel like the Jaclyn powder would be better suited with like a matte concealer more so than something hydrating, because I feel like since it was so hydrating, it kind of just like stuck to it. But it does look really pretty. It looks really pretty on camera too. But yeah, I can tell that it's just like, it just like grabbed onto anything with moisture. So then I just took like the end of my sponge and kind of just patted things out, and I think that kind of helped a little bit, but I think it'll like come together once I put like my the under eye situation on. So now that I have my complexion on, I can go back with the palette. I'm gonna take, so Ioni released brushes. So these are just, they're all like different colored handles. They're so cute. I actually posted this on my TikTok, so I actually link my TikTok down below. But this little like blending brush looks perfect for the under eye. So I'm going to take that darker mauve shade and like run this under the eye. Oh yeah, this is literally perfect for the under eye. Okay, so lash line is done. I'm gonna use my color switch. So I don't know how effective this is because this like spins and it doesn't grab my brush. Maybe it does. I don't know. But then I'm gonna dip into the black color, just literally like nothing, and run that on the edges just like I did. And then I'm gonna take that flat brush again and dip into the metallic shade and just slightly graze right in the middle of that, just so it connects together. It's very subtle, but that's what you want it to be. You just want it to be very like soft. Move on to like lashes. So I'm gonna give my lashes a good curl. So usually I'll cut liner and lashes, but since this is like a new product video, I'm gonna show you new products. So I actually got the Sofiers Big Bad Lash Mascara. And no, this is not a mini. This is the actual size of it. Now, the crazy part about this is that the campaign pictures that they use for these are god awful. Like, the campaign pictures that they used does not entice me to buy this mascara. Let me tell you that much. Because they have this like picture on their marketing. I wonder if I can find it. I know I have it at work, but it's like this campaign picture that's like unedited, unretouched, and they're like the clumpiest lashes ever. And I'm just like, maybe you should have retouched that. Maybe you should have, you know, gone to your team and be like, hey guys, is this like good? Because it's not. But, you know, I was not a part of that meeting, so it's not my problem. And so far, this mascara is not super impressive. It is like separating, but it's not doing anything like amazing. Yeah, this is kind of like, let me like look up. It's like okay. It's not like amazing. So like I'm just like in this lull with mascara. Like I kind of hate mascara. The only mascara I really like stan is like NARS Climax Extreme. Like I love this mascara. Roller Lash. Of course we have no choice but to stan. I don't know. I'm just like, when it comes to mascara, like I don't care. Okay, I just tried to go in for a second coat and do not do that because it literally just dries so matte that like I feel like this will flake. This feels like a flaky mascara. So mascara's on. These are my lashes. Whatever. This is just like a whatever mascara. I am gonna pop a lash on because how can I not? Now I got these new Ioni Lashes. This is, again, Ioni has been doing this thing where they're like launching products and like not saying anything about it. So this one specifically is like a, it's more like witchy because it has like, I don't know, it has things on it. But this lash is right up my alley. This is called Hex, right on top. So cute. But yeah, I'm going to pop these on. Now with this part, I think I will cut it out, but I did want to show you. They're very pretty. They're very like wispy. I think they're perfect for this eye look. So I'm just going to glue these. Now I don't have any lash glue. I'm just gonna use my Velour lash glue that I always use. I'm gonna just trim these and put these on. Oh, this one went on so good. I love these lashes. They're so pretty. I live. These are so pretty. I live for these, 100%. Love, these are so pretty. I'm living for these lashes, these are so pretty. All right, we're kind of getting down to the end of things, but I have a new brow pencil from Juvia's place. And it's like it's called Sculpt Eye Shade Brow Pencil. So this is just like a micro tip brow pencil. And it is similar to what I like in the Precisely My Brow. So I'm just gonna go in and fill in a little bit. So I got the color Ebony. I feel like that would be a good color for my brows. So I'm just gonna do a little bit. I'm not gonna do like a crazy like fill or anything like that because I feel like my brows could use a little bit of maintenance, like always. So it feels nice. It feels like it goes on like super soft. It's not too creamy, but it's not too stiff either. And look at that, that was so quick. I'm just gonna go in and kind of brush things through. Oh wow, I love that. That was really good. That was super soft too, super fast. But I'm literally just like doing flicking motions. Same thing I would do with my Precisely pencil. And kind of just focusing on the areas that's a little bit more sparse. And then brush, brush, brush. This is so good. And that was so fast too. Oh yeah. I live for that. These, ooh, yeah, love that. I can't complain about that one bit. I think this is time to move on to some bronzer, blush, and highlighter. So I know, shocking. I'm gonna start with blush first because I found this BH Cosmetics. This is the Mrs. Bella Peachy trio. I don't know who that is and I don't really care, but I live for these peachy tones right over here. I'm excited to put this on. I think I'm just gonna grab, yeah, I'm just gonna take this Wet n Wild blush brush and I'm just literally going to like go like this in all of them. And it has a cute little mirror inside, but then I'm going to apply. Ooh, yeah, that is so cute. So soft, so blushy. I never thought I'd see the day that I would be living for a blush like I am right now. This is so pretty. I love. I know, like, on camera, it probably looks like I don't have anything on, but in person, it's a little much. So it kind of flopped, and I don't have a new bronzer. So I'm just going to take my JH02 brush and my Undone bronzer that I love so much and just bronze the face with that. Because what else are we gonna do in this situation? So, I mean, everything else is new, so that's fine. So I'm just going to hit right on my cheekbone. And honestly, I'm not gonna worry about my forehead because I have bangs, so I'm not even going to go that route at all. And then for the nose, I'm literally just gonna do a Oh, I can't believe the amount of blush that I have on right now. I never would have seen myself with so much blush on. Because y'all know, I'm not that girl. I do not live for the blush. But right now, I'm like really living for it. I want to highlight. So I did get this SpongeBob highlighter, but I think it might be too gold for the fantasy that we're living today. So I also have the BH Cosmetics Glowing in Grease palette. This is like a nice blush palette with really good highlighters in it. So I think I'm gonna go in with a mixture of like these two over here, since they're like more, that's Athens and Milos, since they're more like pink. I'm gonna take the Wet n Wild, this is the Starlux highlighting brush. So I'm just going to grab both of these. Ooh, that is so pretty. Ooh, yeah. Just ignore the blemish that I have right there that I'm emphasizing. Ooh, love. This is so pretty. I love this palette. I remember seeing it in store and wanting it and then just never pulling the trigger on it. But I'm so glad I got it. And these peachy like blush shades up here are so pretty too. So can't wait to use those in another video. And then all we have is lips. And I have this new this is not new, but I just got it. This is a Wet n Wild lip liner. Look at this thing. This is enormous. And I'm going to line my lips with this. This is in the shade Chestnut. Ooh, I love this kind of formula because it's like a little stiff. It's like not too creamy. Still glides on. And I'm gonna like partially fill in my whole lip with this pen because I don't think I have any new like lip products besides like glosses to show. Love this formula. I love this color too. So like nude, but still gives a little bit of emphasis. And then I'm just gonna take this Milani gloss. This is the Keep It Full gloss in the shade Tropical Shine. Just like a really pretty like peachy pink color. This is the perfect like lip combo. I love this gloss so much. I hate that like gloss applicators always get so dirty. It's like one of my pet peeves in makeup. Like I always go in and wipe it off before I put it back in because then it changes the color of your gloss and you're like after that. But I love the way this looks. I love this lip combo. I think I'm gonna use this lip combo way more. But I don't really have like a new setting spray to try out. I do have this Peach and Lily Glass Skin Veil Mist. This is a glass bottle. So I think we're just gonna use this. I don't really need this makeup to like last all day. Let's see. Super fine mist. It reminds me of the Hourglass setting spray that I love so much. Oh, well, they're both called Veil. How funny. Like, this has the almost the same spray. Definitely, like, gives you a glow. And this is the look we came up with. I love playing with new makeup. I love makeup in general. This was just, like, the tip of the iceberg of the new makeup that I have on hand at the moment. I am happy with a lot of products. Let's recap, shall we? I love the Rare Beauty foundation and concealer. I do like the powder as well, but I think I might have to get a lighter shade of this. I have the shade medium, so I think I will have to get light medium, or I don't know if I'll try it with like one of my lighter foundations and see how that looks. I love this powder. My under eye looks so smooth. I can see this working with like more of a matte concealer though, so that's that. I love the Ioni sponges. So granted, I only use this one for powder, but this one for like my foundation and concealer, I think it worked really well. Love the eyeshadow, of course. Wet n Wild can do no wrong when it comes to eyeshadow. This is very affordable. This is $20, and it's a newer launch for Wet n Wild, I guess, at the moment. What else? What else did we try today? I don't know how I feel about this. I'm gonna have to keep trying this, and I'll definitely give y'all an update on this because I don't know how I feel. I love the blush. I love the blush so much. I'm definitely gonna have to keep this like top tier with all the stuff that I'm using. These lashes are so pretty. This mascara, I mean, I can live without it, honestly. This brush is not bad. Like, it's not a bad brush. It's not a bad mascara. I don't care. I really don't. I love this lip combo. This is super pretty. Highlighter, I live for. Of course, we all know I live for this Undone bronzer. I live for this. This is so pretty. And what else did we try today? I think that was it. Same thing goes with the Tula eye balm. I'm gonna have to keep trying this. I think I do like it, but this was just like the first time trying it, so I'm gonna have to keep seeing what it does. The Glowing in Grease palette by BH Cosmetics. So pretty. So excited to keep using this. I can't wait to use this again. I love the mist, but I think this might be better for like skin prep than it is for makeup. But either way, we shall see about that. And the eyebrow pencil, I really love the eyebrow pencil. Same thing, I'm gonna keep this right with my other brow and eye products, right top tier. But either way, this was the look we came up with. And there's definitely going to be more videos coming using more new products. I think I'm gonna sprinkle it kind of here and there instead of using it in one whole video. But share and comment down below whatever products you liked or what products you want to see next on my channel. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.